Hello, people. What is happening? I'm currently connecting to chat for some reason because Twitch is a website. Okay. I'm going to start making the checkboxes more active, or radio buttons here. However, first I need to make some tea. And then we'll get started. So in general, I want to do an overhaul of the colors today so we don't have these ugly colors everywhere. But part of that is going to be making these buttons a little nicer, and maybe we'll give each panel slightly its own identity in terms of background color and stuff. We'll see. You like watermelon. What are watermelon colors exactly? Like these? Are those green watermelon color? What do you mean? Funny inflatable thing in front of a car dealership, yeah? It's the wavy two-man chronicles. What is going on? Web devs will help with color theory. Not competently. No, they won't. Although they're better at color theory than they are at a lot of things. Even like web color theory leaves a lot to be desired. Let's put it that way. Anyway, so I want to make these ting-tanglers just better. So I want to be able to pass a theme in. So here we're calling UI.radio button. I'm just going to go here. I'm going to move this out of this dang struct. Which means I'm going to have to put UI dot in front of a bunch of things, but that's fine. I'm going to want to refactor this file completely eventually, but right now, I'm just improving the capabilities. Okay, so radio button. We do some stuff. I've already heavily edited this in some ways. We're going to have to do a bunch of UI dots. I don't even know where, I'm just guessing, as we gradually migrate things out. Let's just see. Oh, right. Let's change all the callers. Let's close some windows here. There's just too many dang windows. The rent is too darn high. UI.radio button. Actually, we'll just replace with that UI radio button. Replace all. Okay, great. Means I have to actually name these UI radio button. UI radio button. UI radio button. All right. Oh, well, they are calling each other, so they will need that. Text size. Draw label. Okay, great. Now they don't do anything new. I actually don't want hot tea yet. I just made myself hot tea and I don't. No video, no, I deleted it. Okay. So we're going to make this take a theme. For now, it's going to be a checkbox theme because I don't know if we need a difference between checkbox and radio button. If you pass null, we give you a default theme. Okay. We will give you the default theme if you do not pass a theme. We'll pass the draw button, the button theme. Text, we're not really doing yet, though we will. We will. Is this a different overload of frickin' draw button? Is this using the... This is actually using the draw button from the other file. Ah. For once, that is actually annoying. Okay. I had thought that this code had 100% ignored all my stuff, but it actually didn't. It used a little bit of it. What was the total duration? It was like 7.5, 8 hours. Okay. It's like hot in here. So, like, do I want to copy all this code? Like, I actually don't understand. If this is in fact the overload that we're calling, I don't understand why, because this is not how we use these. I'm just going to do it from scratch, I guess. Okay. Let's just see. Draw a label, draw a frame. Oh, this is this draw button. I think we just want to call draw button image directly. Okay. So we draw the button image, and then the label. I don't understand. Where's the texture map? Oh, IMG. Oh, it's up here. Let's move that to the use. Okay. So, I'm just not going to read chat for a while. Sorry, people are just, it's defocusing. So, I'm just going to ignore chat and work on the UI. So the deal that I have is this is maybe built on some functions. Like I'm trying to reduce the total number of functions and also enhance the capability at the same time. So I'm essentially just going to re-implement these sort of anyway, but the re-implementation is going to be aimed in a certain direction. Sorry, I'm drinking a bubbly beverage. Aimed in a certain direction that reuses existing functions. or reuses the functions that have the extra capabilities instead of the ones that don't. So that I don't have to upgrade the ones that don't. Like, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so this thing here, we actually just want to draw a button IMG for now. And I don't understand why we're doing a rect here, but okay. R over focus down. So we're going to want to get the down button. That's going to be image rect over focus down. And then for now, we're going to pass these other things, but later we will not. Okay. So we do that. We do the label. It's still unexciting. This is UI dot. So we need this down. Okay. It's called button theme. Okay. So this is still not going to be like cool or anything. But it actually still works, which I'm kind of amazed by. Okay, that's great though, because we already focused the routines in use by a little bit. Okay, so now let's do let's go to our hash tables. We're going to make a checkbox. For now, it's just going to be button state. But we'll probably add some things to there. This is the thing that lets us animate and do whatever effects over time that we're going to do, which we'll decide what that is later. But we have table checkbox, table title bar, table column button. So find or create title bar state, find or create checkbox. And we could probably genericize these. So all of these and all of these could be generated just with a polymorphic function or a macro or both. I don't know, one or the other. Okay, so we don't use that. So if we look at the column button example, we get the hash. Oh, we need the loc and the identifier in the function. And then we get the hash from that. Radio button. So we're going to do the theme. We're going to get the hash. Okay. So did we put those? We put those as the last two. And the thing is, because this has accessors, we don't actually want the location of the accessors. So these are user-facing arguments, I guess I would say. And so we want to pass them all the way up like this and like this. Okay, so the whatever ends up in this loc here will be the location of the calling site to one of these overloads. UI radio. Okay, we're using this now. It didn't compile for before. Wait, no. Never mind. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. It doesn't like our overloads for some reason. Yes. There's three. I don't like having this many overloads, but wait, one of them. So we're complaining about the 2403. It's this one, which should be calling this one, right? Get enum name, the enum, the value. Oh. We're skipping over this width thing, this width argument, which is honestly kind of meh. And actually should probably be -1. Yeah. We'll clean that up in a bit. So I think I did the same thing again, right? So down here, we want, because we're skipping over a bunch of optional arguments. Yeah. Okay. Still very boring. Let's make sure that we're actually doing this. Let's not draw the label. Right? How do we know we're actually in this code? Well, we have no labels here now, so that's how you know. Okay, great. We are in business. Now, we can use this state. We have when we do the column buttons, we do a in the draw background function. Is it just in draw production value button? Draw production value button does this state stuff. So this is really a text button. The thing is, we want a version of this for an image button. This is sort of the new draw function that does things nicely. I mean, I could just pass a texture map to this. And if you have it, then use it. The thing I don't like about that is maybe eventually we're going to want to split it into having more complex. I mean, like if the rect is not a square, like this is about the maximum number of arguments that I really want. These could all be flags in one flag word eventually, probably. The text width, again, I honestly don't know why we're passing it in here. But let's see if we can get rid of that. Production value button. Oh, well, actually, we're drawing the label separately anyway. So like literally nobody uses text or text width here. Literally nobody. There's only one calling site. Okay, let's just simplify it out. Oh, and if we have an image, we could put it here. And we might do the label again later. I don't know. Okay. Okay, so image texture map equals null. Okay, so right here we're just passing that. Okay, so we should be able to use this then in our radio button thing. Instead of UI.draw button image, we should be able to say draw production value button state.button state or base. Wait, I called it base. Yeah, we'll leave it. I kind of like button state better, but production value button rect over focus down changed. Image is img. Let's use Let's use our English words. Changed is pressed. Okay. Oh boy, we passed the wrong rect, but you can see that they're actually fading smoothly now. We'll make that nicer by changing the theme colors in a bit, but we goofed on a little part of it. Oh boy. Oh boy, we want image rect. Image rect. Okay, better. I don't like these borders that we are now drawing. Those are not the best thing. So why are those happening? Draw frame. Oh. We're flat UI by default. But we'll do it here. And then here we'll go okay, great. 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 Now let's make a better theme that makes this a little bit more active, shall we? Oh. We actually don't. Okay, we have all these text colors, but we're not probably really setting them. Let's set them and make sure the defaults are reasonable. Like, as long as the text doesn't go invisible or something. Okay, so we have text color. We're not even passing a color to draw label. That's disturbing. Draw label. Why is there no freaking color? Should I don't want to do this. See, button theme could have like a label theme on it. Now let's do this. Let's do this up here. Draw label. Maybe we want to make a label theme. Buttons have that instead of their own members and so forth. It's quite possible because that's what would have the font on it as well? Question mark? Okay. What do I do here? Yeah. We do that. And then we'll do this. Label, color. Okay. So the text color is going to be okay. This is really annoying. This is not the right way. This is not the way to go. Okay, the reason this is not the way to go is because the outer place is going to know the, okay, so we're just going to indeed make a draw label. Radio button, okay. So we're going to draw the label. We're just going to pass the color. Okay. So that's great. We passed the color. Why are we doing that? Because we're actually going to pick the text color for now based on text color is let's say button is theme.button theme. Text color is button dot text color. If over text color is button dot text color over. Let's just make this work, but I think we are going to want draw production value button to do this. Except we don't. We want draw production value button to return us a button state that we can use. We're going to do this for a second. We just want to see us being over the thing. We're going to have to do more UI dots. All right. Still warm in here. All right, so in theory, we're going over these, and it's just the colors are set the same. We can test that by saying, instead of this, we could turn the text red. And then, okay, it's not working. That's weird. Oh, did I not? Let's see. Oh, because we're calling the wrong frickin' draw label. I did all this stuff to put a draw label, and it's the see, text color. All right. There we go. That's more responsive, but you know, we're going to make it better. Okay. Let's fade it in and out in the following fashion. Draw production value button is going to return for further use a, what's it called, button state? Oh, wait. Draw production value button has the button. What? I'm a goofball. I passed it in, so obviously I know what it is. I did it right there. Oh, but that, right. That doesn't have the output animation values. We could put those on there. Let's see. So this computes some things. Did I put pressed in here? Yeah. Okay. So we have these three colors that we get from here. We have over and pressed. Like that. So the thing is, I want to maybe blend a label or some other stuff, whatever a particular widget wants to do. I want to like be able to reuse these blend factors. So we can call this the over factor. Right? And let's be consistent. Instead of action factor, we'll call it pressed factor. Okay, so we can save these two factors, and then the highlight color and the background color, we could just return them for now, but I feel like eventually we might want to put them on the data structure as like output members. So you lerp to the over factor, and then you lerp to the pressed factor like this. And we can do the same with text colors. But if we don't actually do those in here, then we're free to do them elsewhere, like differently, customized. All right, so we're returning two values. Return over factor, pressed factor, right? So then when we call it, these guys don't care yet. They might eventually. They probably should, because they're already drawing a texture. Anyway, so when we draw the radio button, we're going to get these factors. Let's make sure that's all there. Aha. Okay. So we do these things. So now we say text color is lerp button text color button dot text color over pressed factor, and then it's lerp text color to button dot, sorry, this is the over factor, button dot text color pressed by the pressed factor. There we go. Okay, so we just do that. Okay, so let's actually set these. We're going to undo these in a minute. This is a stupid hack, but because nobody's setting these yet. So the over is going to be this, and the pressed is going to be this. Okay. Over, pressed, pressed, pressed. See it? See it? See it animating? Golden, all golden and wonderful. Okay. See it sort of like gently strobing as our mouse is on it? That's production values, man. All right. So I want to set these themes in the view panel and pass them down instead of just hacking them. So in view panel, let's say theme is don't we have a panel theme? Anyway. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so here we're going to say, let's say panel theme. So is not configured yet. And then we're going to say theme is panel theme dot checkbox theme. Okay. And then we're just going to assign this. So now we're going to say, did I take those no check-ins out here? Yeah. Let's get those back just to have some temporary colors. So we're going to say b.text color pressed. And we're going to pass that theme here literally everywhere. Radio button. We're going to add this parameter. I don't know why we're bothering with these W values. Like, I don't think anyone uses them. UI radio button. Like, literally nobody uses that middle overload. Oh, someone does. Okay. This, yeah, we're going to have to fix it. But, okay. UI radio button. We're adding the checkbox theme. Like, those width values might be in the theme. The between pad might be in the theme. Okay. So the theme here is right before the identifier. Theme is right before the identifier. And yeah. Okay, so theoretically we pass the theme in, and we're going to go the flag checkboxes we'll do later. Okay. So we're no longer using a default theme exactly. Wait, did I not set the frickin' colors? Oh, no, I did. Okay. There we go. So now, let's say, if we're not over, the color is going to be, I don't know, grayer. Right? If it's over, it's going to be like kind of yellow, kind of brighter. And if it's pressed, we're just going to go white on that. I don't know. I feel like going to a color when pressed is better somehow. Okay. It's actually more dim than I really would like. And also, of course, the button colors are annoying, but we should be able to theme those now too. Let's see. These, of course, if we really want to tune these, we really should put them in a tweak file because that's much faster. But like these, how good these look depend on the background and all sorts of things, right? Okay. So like we're going to want to pick actual real colors for this panel and stuff. What do I think about this? Wait, does panel have a panel theme? It must have a panel theme, right? Like, how else do we draw the background? I guess we still do it old school. I guess the panel theme stuff. Oh yeah, I moved the actual title. Did I do the whole panel? Draw title. Draw title. Do all the panels draw their own background? They do, or a lot of them do, but other ones don't. Okay, UI has a draw title. Oh, UI begin. I see. We're going to let people initialize this for now, and then we might have it always be initialized. You can set your theme, and you get a car. You get a car. Okay, so instead of putting this panel theme here, we're going to put it on the base, and then we're going to have to set this, or that's bad. Classic mistake. Okay. We're going to go... like that. Alpha panel has its own panel theme. Oh, because we're using, oh, right. We're using the panel. Movement panel, same. Probably not much point in doing using there. Ocean panel, same. probably going to happen a lot because these files were all kind of made by copy pastification. See, this is not really using it's using its own color separate from the theme, so like I don't frickin' know, right? Shaded graph. Same thing. So the whole point of doing this separately though is that here you would like set up things about your theme that you want to be different from the other themes. This might be literally every panel. Wait, we're not even using this. Like nobody's using this theme. Anyway. We've got so many little panels. So many little panels. Literally everyone. Hope you're all enjoying this. Okay. All right. World panel. Oh no, we're not using here. Uh-oh. I might have to go back to all these. Oh, here we are. Theme initialized. Oh, yeah. Okay, great. Literally shouldn't be a difference. Really. Never mind that we're not drawing our game. Okay. So this obviously looks to me a little bit bland. But let's actually see if we're in control of the panel theme. So we have a button theme, we have a checkbox theme, we have a background color, title bar color. Okay. This UI begin, we're going to have to get rid of this text box color stuff, whatever. That's going to be part of the theming. This text override, we're going to hit that later. This is calling draw title bar. Why is this using UI.theme? I don't know. Should be panel. We should just pass that directly. And then this still makes me so mad right here. Can't even believe it. We're going to get to finally fixing that. Okay. Panel. We're doing UI begin. Oh, the background. I don't know what you're doing there. Should be doing that. And then this begin at is like a giant copy pasta, although maybe that doesn't draw a background. It's so copy pasted it has the copy pasted argument in it, but with an extra comment. It was so bad. All right. We're going to have to axe a lot of things. Make the code better. All right. So in theory, we can now set the background color of this panel to a unique snowflake color. I do not, however, have it exposed to variables. So let's just try setting it to something ridiculous. Actually, we can just do that. We copy it and make changes for these local things. Okay. So we've got checkboxes. We've got stuffs. Background color. Ridiculous background color. Oh. All right. That didn't work. Why not? Why not? We call UI.begin on panel. Did we not say theme initialized? We did. So we shouldn't be overriding it. Let's do this somewhere else anyway. I don't think it's the problem, but when we say add panel, no, I actually want to put the add panel first. Can't spell it. Because this could say this. You know what? I'm going to get rid of the theme initialized eventually. Because we don't need it. And then here, we're going to do this, and then add panel. So that's initializing the theme, and then the actual init function can customize that. I don't think this breaks anything, but it might. Who knows? We could make that a macro, honestly. Let's test this. Okay, so yeah, it didn't fix anything, but that's fine. Fine. Okay, so let's do this. Yeah. I mean, this doesn't even need to be a macro. We're not like doing anything to require it to be a macro. Right. Add pan. Oh. Okay. I mean, we could probably make this variadic in some way, but great. Oh, I screwed that up. Oh, right. That's why. Okay. Okay. Because these have their own init functions per panel. And so it needs to know the type to dispatch to the proper init function. So you can't like cast it down to panel. All right. So now we still need to know why are we not using the right background color? What if we say that? Like, are we even calling this, or is it something else? Are we drawing over it? Okay, no, okay, that's fine. So that's the panel theme dot background color. So why are we not okay, we actually don't need these. Remember when I pasted all these? We don't need those. Oh, also, this is the checkbox background color here, not the, okay. Here we go, red background on the panel. Wow, guys, I am a bad programmer sometimes, but I make up for it in volume. So, okay. Just going to hard code some colors. Right now, we're just making sure the system works, and we can tweak the colors later. Yeah, let's go a little darker than that. It's better than the frickin' purple. Oh my god, so much better than the purple. Okay, it's a little too dark. Yeah, it's a little too dark. But there you go. So, yeah, also these checkboxes are a little bit lifeless. Okay, so the checkboxes are gonna be I mean, we could make them a little golden. I'm getting hungry. Getting hungry. All right. I don't like that. They're too golden. Yeah, this is where if I had this in a tweak file, it would be faster. Okay, what do... We're just doing... I actually liked it better before, honestly. Let's go very slightly golden. And then more yellow. Okay, so the button color, I think we should probably just sync it with each other. The thing is, right now, it's actually not... like the yellow is not standing out enough. From the white. So let's just try, let's try going very red with it. Like I want it to be kind of active about like, this is the one that you are over right now. Right? Okay, actually, I feel like if we reverse these, it could be pretty good. And then something like that. Oh, Heisenberg. We got to fix that one. Heisenberg. Heisenberg. That's a little better. The colors they're still a little off, but again, at some point we'll put them in a tweak file. So the checkbox as well. We want to sync those colors. So, try making them the same. So the problem I have right now is the red on red is a little bit it's a little bit confusing to the eye, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I'm looking at it too hard. It's just a little bit, my eye doesn't want to land on it. Also, the flash color. Let's make the flash color like a big ass purple. That's not a purple, that's a cyan, dude. What's your problem? What's your problem? Violet. Violet, bro. Ever heard of Violet? Ever heard of Violet? Again, these are all temp colors. The goal is to be less ugly ass. We could also pick these greens as like the active color or something. I mean, the thing is, I kind of don't want to put all of these in one color set because like I want these to be a different section because they just are that, so they'll be colored differently. Maybe we should make the background of the window actually kind of dark gray, because maybe that's going to make it, like if you make it red and a lot of things coordinate with that, that's fine, but it might just be better to be neutral there and maybe a little bit brighter. So let's try, oh, actually 0.2, let's try this. Let's just see how that is. Let's go a little bit to the, let's try that. So that definitely stands out better. I mean, the colors are still not like perfect, but actually I would take some of the white back out of the red maybe. Now it's like clanging a little too hard. I don't know. Colors are funny. Let's see. That was, I kind of like this color, but, and then let's make this, the over color, let's make it much brighter. That might be a little too dark, but yeah. Okay. is pretty good. It feels responsive. The colors are still a little weird, but it's okay. Next, we could actually add some animation to the radio button, which will be fun. Anyway, this is way better than the ugly ass situation that we had. So wait, why are these... Did we mess up fonts in some way? Like, these aren't using the same fonts that they were a little bit ago. Maybe those were using default and I changed it somehow. Anyway, all these look fine. This ugly ass look how much better this looks than the purple. We're just going to make that the default globally right now. Default panel theme. Oh, that is actually in a file. Let's actually... Oh, except no, because we cache it from the file at startup, so it doesn't actually hot load. Lol. So we want 0.12, 0.12, 0.161. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's so much less ugly. It almost looks like Unity game engine. Now this color isn't good, but again, we're gonna theme the panels. It's gonna be great. We need all sorts of things. We need margins around this crap and whatever. That should actually be a panel theme thing. I'm doing margins manually on a couple of the windows, like the view window here. See how these don't butt up against the edge? It's because I made sure they don't. Oh, we actually want to put maybe drop shadows behind these because when one window's on another window, it's silly. You can't see. But that was true before with the other background color as well. Anyway. Okay, so we're going to animate these buttons for fun and profit next. How's it going, chat? I'm going to need to eat a snack here too because I'm getting hungry. How's it going, everybody? Imagine the fastest I don't want anyone to make an XML parser. You missed how I pass init state for buttons. What do you mean by init state? This is an immediate mode UI. So every frame, the button has a color. So you could change the button color every frame if you want. I woke up early this morning, by the way, so I'm running off really not enough sleep, so I might have to go take a nap at some point in the stream. But we're doing great. Is it possible to add a blacklist of links? Guys, I'm way too busy programming. I'm not spending my time and effort administrating a for-profit website called twitch.tv. Do I find it easier to pick colors in RGB than in HSL? I don't know. I mean, a visual color picker is better, but okay. How big of a performance hit do you think you are taking by having an immediate mode UI? I don't know what you mean. Every retained mode UI that I've ever used was slow as ass and felt sluggish. This does not feel sluggish. So when you ask me what kind of performance hit are you taking, I don't get it. Like, show me a retained mode UI that's this snappy. I haven't seen one. Is the state held by the UI code or the user code? If you mean the state of like the fade ins and the fade outs and whatever, that's by the UI code. The state of like, what is the value of this variable in the radio button? That's user code. Do you have a cutoff where immediate mode UI is not the right choice? No. No. Dude, like this code, the code for this entire UI system is like pretty small. I don't actually know how big it is because it's spread out in a number of files. And there is some redundancy because we're moving an old system into a new system. But the stuff that just draws the buttons and checkboxes and all that stuff is probably about less than 4,000 lines of code right now. Like how many lines of code is your favorite retain mode UI? Does that mean I don't think it would be faster if I made a retain mode UI? It probably wouldn't be faster, no. Like retain mode UI has some flaws in its basic conceptualization that makes it harder to make it snappy. Yeah, the battery argument is just annoying and silly. It's the same as the you can't do nice animations and transitions argument, which is obviously fallacious because we're doing it just fine with a minimum of effort. It's like this, these are all given by people who haven't done this stuff. They're all, you know, Twitter level debaters, basically. Hacker News level debaters. Do I think of immediate mode UI as just treating UI elements the same way you treat entities in your game? No, it's pretty different. With ImGUI, you call the functions every frame. I mean, with retain mode GUI, every time you move the mouse, it's doing a bunch of shit too. You just don't pay attention to that because you want to criticize ImGUI. Look at what a retain mode UI does every time you press a key or move the mouse. Isn't UI code similar to any code that just draws things to the screen? Yes. ImGUI is just the most straightforward way to do that. Pretty much, yeah. Is the game you are part of the EC? We don't have an ECS in our games. What do I think about the mouse cursor being rendered one frame ahead? It's a little annoying. Like, there's more latency than there should be. Though I do think the idea of a hardware mouse cursor has merit still, because you do want it to be very, very responsive. The fact that I'm running Windows and the cursor isn't mostly synced at like 240 hertz is nutty. Like, there's something wrong. Why do I think retain mode is the default? Because it was the first idea people had about how to do it. And also, it was done during the time when object orientation was happening. So, like, they were all developed in this object-oriented way. Even for other definitions of object-oriented. So, like, Smalltalk, for example, had, like, cool GUIs or whatever for the time. And that was sort of the original definition of object-oriented. But now they're all done in the C++ definition of object-oriented, which, by the way, is why they're so giant and bloated and horrible. Well, other reasons too. How often do Win32 apps get mouse events through the callback? I don't know. Probably depends on a lot of things. So if you understand, you have two separate hash tables, one in UI code if a panel is expanded and one in game code storing the offset of a slider. Well, the whole point is to let the game code or the user level code do whatever it wants, right? That's the whole point of immediate mode GUI, is you don't force people to store data in a way that is not natural to them. So whatever is natural on the game side, that's what you do there. And then the implementation details of the UI library do whatever they want to do, and it's separate, right? Whereas with retain mode UI, it's not separate. And that causes a lot of problems. How would you approach specifying the layout of an ImGUI from a file? I mean, you would load the things from the file and draw them. Like, I don't understand the question. Like, have you ever loaded a file? Like, is there a particular sub-problem involved in that you think is relevant? How do you load source files in the compiler? We just load them. We load the files. What do you mean? Operating systems provide functions that you can use to load files, and we use those. We only use fopen on Linux. We use whatever the Windows routine is on Windows. Do you load them from multiple threads? I mean, each parser runs on a separate thread, but that's the whole parser on the thread. Memory mapping, no. Memory mapping is garbage. Don't believe anyone who tells you it's a good way to do things. Well, okay. Certain very specific kinds of memory mapping are good. So like the kind that Casey talks about is good. The kind that like random Unix fan dude who says, oh, just mmap, just use mmap and use that for your file IO, that is not good. Like relying on the operating system to page in your file at some point is not good. Should the OS expose page mapping APIs as opposed to applications being written against libc? Of course. Yes, you should give people an API to the operating system, not an API to the C programming language, because most people don't want to use the C programming language in the year 2021. So why would you give them an API to the C programming language? It doesn't make sense. For the animation, where do we store the extra infos? They're in just some hash tables and stuff that are... Where are they? I was in the wrong file. Here. That's where we store them, right there. Let's say you want to arrange items in a different way than how they are generated in source. But like, that doesn't make sense already, because when you run them in the source code, you can tell what coordinates they should be at, right? So that where they are in the function is kind of orthogonal to where they are on the screen. I just don't understand the question still. Like, I'm not sure what is the part of what you're trying to do that, like, the problem is part of it is so obvious it doesn't need comment, and the other part is very specific to your application that you're trying to accomplish, and that might be a useful, effective thing to think about and come up with an interesting solution to, but I don't know anything about your particular application, so I can't say anything there either. All right, I'm going to close the chat and work some more in peace. So I want to do some cool animations to the button ski. The button ski. And so we have this over T. We have press T as well, right? Production value. Now it's too cold in here. Over factor and pressed factor. Okay, those are the blend factors. But we want to use, I want to do some animation stuff. So I want to use the state record for the checkbox. Okay. So so when we do draw production value button, we have this action duration. We do reset that. It's a little inconvenient, because what if I want something to last longer than that flash, which I probably do. Could just add another one. we're just going to count this one up, and we'll let buttons reset them, I guess, manually. Okay. Now, when I do a radio button, we're going to do something silly. We're going to say, the box size is going to be See, the problem is I want to, okay, this is going to look terrible at first, and then we're going to make it look better. We're going to make the animation work. I want to make a little button get bigger and smaller. And the problem is we're drawing this box in a place that is referred to by the corner. So if we make it get bigger and smaller, it'll like get bigger and smaller in the wrong way. We'd like to keep it centered. But first we'll make it bigger and smaller. If state.action duration 2 is greater than or equal to 0, I don't know. Times state.action duration 2. So that's just an angle. We're going to say CT is cosine theta, and vibration is box size times, actually let's go sine theta, so it starts at 0, box size times CT times 0.2, whatever. It's not a colon. Okay, so we go boing, and let's just say, and eventually, so we're going to want to damp this. Let's do that right now. Factor is action duration 2, 1 minus action duration 2 divided by, I don't know, 2 seconds, right? Minus 1. So that resets it. That turns off this action. All right. Oh, state.action duration 2. Okay. Which box was it? It was view panel. Here we go. Doing. Okay, that's very silly. All right. Oh, because we're not, I didn't multiply by the factor. let's call it damp. It's a dank tomb. It's a dank tomb. All right, so boing, boing. I mean, we could keep the text moving. It's very silly, but look at that. You can just keep everything. Boy. Boing. Boing, boing, boing. Boing, boing, Des Moines. So actually for the radio button as well. I mean, we kind of want to draw the selected one in a particular color. Or maybe have it indented like... I don't know. This is very silly. Okay, let's make it a little bit less silly. Okay, so this box, we're going to leave the box size for the computations and all that, but when we do the image rect, we're going to do this. Okay, we're going to say center Y. All right, and then make rec center X minus like that. So we're going to say B Uh-oh. Wait. Why are we drawing them all on top of each other? Okay. 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 That's very interesting. Yeah. Typo. Typo. All right. Doing, 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 doing. So this is obviously excessive and silly, and so I think we tune it a little better. Let's make it last less long, and we'll slow it down. Slow it down. Doing. Doing. Okay, I think the magnitude, I think the speed maybe stays higher, but the magnitude goes down. And then we could square it. We could leave it long, but square it so that it doesn't really, like it peters out pretty fast. That might feel a little more physical. So doing. That's too long. How's it going, everybody? Where's my chat window? There it is. Okay, so that's fine. The fact that it's resampling a texture map looks a little bit weird, but we could deal with that later. This is enough polish for now. What I'm wondering about is, like, should I actually change the indentation on these guys? And I think the answer is, of course. Of course. I'm closing chat again. All right. Yeah, let's make that an option, and then if people do it or not, then that's fine. I kind of don't know why the radio button and the checkbox are entirely different functions in this code. Like, why did somebody do that? Anyway, let's tone this down a little bit more. Okay. The answer is yes, sleep is that bad. If you want sleep to be better, set your multimedia timer to 1 millisecond, but it still will never be good. Operating systems do not give you enough control over how long you sleep is the answer. Yeah. So in our checkbox theme, we will say M's indented indent M's when selected is, I don't know, some value, and when unselected is some other value. And those could be the same. So this between pad, indent, let's not say to the checkbox size. This is going to be 0.22. We'll go 0.18 and 0.30. That's going to, it might be a little far. It might be hard to read. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So indent ratio, if X active, then theme dot indent ratio selected, else theme dot indent ratio unselected. Heisenberg. Been hit by that twice today. Okay. Boonk. 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 Okay, so we're going to want to animate that. But we'll also make it bigger. So the unselected can get really... I don't know. Let's make it a much bigger difference. Boonk. Boonk. Not sure. Not sure if I like that, honestly. Like, that doesn't... Like, I feel like color... text color and button color is just going to be better. Right. Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't actually look good. Well, let's just make this part of the theme and bake it in. And we will make a color. Now this is a little bit challenging because I think like I kind of want there to be a selected color on the thing. I guess we copy the themes. So we could have a separate button theme for when it's active. Right. So I could have an entire other button theme for like, this is the selected colors. The thing is, the pressed, doesn't make sense to have multiple pressed colors. Let's just have, see, even if I make just like a, let's just say I make a text color for when selected. We still have a discontinuity if I just introduce that. If I make an if statement that introduces it, right? So what we really want is to interpolate that. Like, because you don't want the color to change discontinuously. Like, I kind of don't want to add a third blend factor. But I guess we will. Okay, let's just add the color and then we'll make it good. We'll say, checkbox theme, background or button color selected, text color selected. Okay. So we have the button theme down here somewhere in the text theme, right? So we can do so we can change colors due to being selected. And again, we're going to change them discontinuously initially. Okay. I'll just use that short name Button, Benjamin Button. All right. I'm going to want to, like, this function is already got a lot of things going on. So we're going to want to do a pass where we make it nice. But first, let's do a thing. Let's just do this for a minute. Okay. That'll just help sort this out a little bit. The bitmap part, the text part. Just making it a little clearer. Okay. So, well, temporarily, when we do this copy, so if, what was the variable called? If active, we're going to override, we're going to say button color, or no, button background color equals theme button color selected, button text color equals theme text color selected. Now, in the defaults, we don't set these yet, so checkbox theme. That actually might be bad because the default, we'll just do this. Okay. So there we go. It's selected, but you can see like it pops to white and then does the little animation, which again, there's a lot going on the screen, but yeah, it's not as good as we would like. So what we can do is instead of using that, we use the active T, right? So instead of active, let's say selected. Okay. So here we're going to say selected T is moved toward target by dt, right? No, not dt. Do we have a dt, first of all? No. Dt times, I don't know, something. Actually, let this be slow so that the color change due to being pressed dominates the experience. Actually, the fade out. This is silly. We're going to let it fade fast. dt times rate. And we need to make the selected T. Column button state. Wait, what? Column button state. We've been putting the radio button in the column button state. Lol. Good thing it doesn't matter. Oh, checkbox state. Yeah. Checkbox. Okay. Find or create what? Find or create. Oh, UI whatever. Oh, yeah, that's not right. Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, we're not actually using it. Lol. Okay. UI radio button. Just letter B. Okay. Okay. So blurb button background color this state selected T. Same here. Blurb button text color. There we go. All right. That is a very slow. Do you see how long that took to warm up? Very slow. But then it seems to shut off immediately, which seems wrong. So 1 second to warm up, a third of a second. Let's just have it be the same for now. Yeah, this is not right. Update selected T and set modify button and text colors for the selected item. All right. Dude. 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 So that's like, we kind of want, like when pressed T, okay, I like the fade out. The fade out, it maybe takes a little long, but it's cool. Like if you look at surface normal and I click here, it fades out. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. So the thing is, it's weird because the transition to bright is pretty slow. All right. So we're going to say if so we have this we have this pressed factor. Okay. If we are going from unselected to selected, then make selected T be at least as high as pressed factor, so that by the time we reach the what is pressed factor is actually immediate. So we actually don't lerp that at all. I don't know, man. We could put press duration on the theme. Because we're dividing by a hard-coded number here. Yeah, I think we just need the rate to be faster, but let's make this configurable. Okay, so we could have this be tied to press duration. Hopefully we ain't dividing by 0, bro. And that's bad news. Bad news. So we're mostly actually using that for the fade out because the fade in is so fast and covered by the purple. But that's fine. It'd be funnier, like this example makes such a big background image change that like it's a little hard to focus on the radio buttons, but that's fine. I'm sure Twitch compression makes it even better. All right, this is satisfying for now. Do we have any other windows with radio button? Like there's radio buttons. There we go. Those are using default colors. We can set, whoops, sorry. We could set those later. Boop. Paint panel. Oh, that's so ugly still. We're gonna have to do a pass on this. It's fine. We could theme all of these. Let's make the default radio button theme a little bit. We'll just check that it works in cases like this. So I think we want the default radio button theme or checkbox theme. We'll leave selected to white. Like this, all this stuff, we're going to have to revamp. It's just too annoying to specify all these colors in the file. So this way we'll get more of this active visual feedback. Because if the colors are the same, you're turning off the feedback. But for things that haven't been themed yet, we'll get the feedback that we desire. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Okay. So now if I open this guy, these have not been themed, but it's a little more feedbacky. Like the difference in brightness is not that much, but that's fine. If you really want that, you can tune it. These we haven't done yet. These are non-radio buttons, but these should basically use exactly the same code as radio buttons. And I don't know why they don't, and that will be rectified. It's very strange that they don't. But I didn't write that code. Yeah. And then there's many other UI elements we can tweak with, but, like we could try to get continuous motion on these things and stuff. But for now, this is going to be good. I just want to do a good target for today is fix this, whatever's going on there. Make these work like the new radio buttons. Theme the radio buttons where necessary. Generally, fix this padding situation on these windows. Because that's ugly. It's not as bad as it was, but it's ugly. Figure out what's going on with these buttons. Like, why are they weird? That could be clearer, honestly. Anyway. Okay, this has been good work. I think I'm going to take a nap for a while, honestly, because I got up too early this morning. I'm going to take a rest. I'm going to come back to Twitch a little bit later and probably stream some more. But it is nap time for people who did not get 8 hours of sleep last night. Did I try the new keyboard? No, I didn't. Do all the gameplay elements use the same shader? No, they don't. Okay, everyone. I'm going to sign off. No raid for now. I'm just taking a rest. We'll be back later. We'll do more UI fun times. Good night.